Hey guys, so my audio setup kind of killed itself when I recorded this video, so unfortunately right now it sounds fine, and when it transitions over it will sound significantly worse, and I'm really sorry about that. I promise I'll have it fixed by next time. These audio issues seem to be cropping up a lot. I hope you'll forgive me for that. You know, gacha games are kind of a problem, but I don't think you're assuming the same problem that I'm assuming. It's now a monetization model that everyone knows. You know it, I know it, he knows it, she knows it. It makes a ton of money, or better yet, it prints money. Or does it? Due to the recent popularity boom of games like Genshin Impact, the discussion about gacha has been kind of rampant. Today, I'm here to beg Bandai Namco to stop making gacha games. And you've probably heard about the whole gacha model before, but in case you haven't,
let me explain.
I'd say the easiest way to describe gacha is to think of it like a loot box system. You give a currency to open a loot box, and that loot box may or may not contain the items you want. Some games are more generous than others, but we're not really here to talk about the monetization of it. We're here instead to beg Bandai Namco to stop making these gacha games. So yeah, today we're talking about pain and suffering, and the deaths of several mobile games. Bandai's pretty good at making games. And by pretty good, I mean they've had some fantastic original IPs in the past year. And definitely not before that. No. Oh, definitely not. No. No, sir. Never saw Bandai make games before 2021. Definitely not. But Bandai really wants their mobile games of their original IPs to succeed. And how desperate are they? Well, if you look at how many of these games they've published and have at least shut down overseas, you really start to think, are they insane? On a more serious note, I'm just kind of tired of it. I want to see these stories that they want to tell told. There's a pretty easy pattern to follow here, and if you look at their most recent mobile games, they're all getting shut down. This one, that one, that one, that one, they all just disappear into the abyss. Of course, we know that Crestoria is getting a manga, thankfully, and Luminaria is hopefully getting something to tell its story, but I hope my point is kind of clear. I'm tired of them shutting down games before their whole original stories are told. So yeah, I don't like game shutdowns, as if anyone ever does. First off, there are good reasons for games to shut down from a business perspective. Okay, I can't actually go forward without explaining this. I feel like it'd be a disservice, so here we go. For one, decreasing players means less money. And two, servers cost money, which means if you're not making a profit from your players, then you can't keep the servers running. It doesn't make any sense. And three, creating new content costs money as well. So essentially, everything does boil down to money, but that's normal from a business perspective. Or at least I hope it is. I've never run a business before. So now that the reasons are clear, and they essentially boil down to money, money, and money, let's talk about Bandai Namco. Bandai really likes making mobile games that tell unique stories. Unfortunately, these games always get shut down before they're done telling their unique story. Both previous Tales mobile games and the two God Eater mobile games, which I talked about in this video here, up there, probably, hopefully, that's the right angle, have stories that never got to their end before shutdown. And in case you couldn't tell, this annoys me. Regardless of what I think of any mobile games and how they play and, anything about them, there's no desire for me to watch a game get shut down. Now I know Crestoria is getting a manga, but I don't like the fact that it had to come at the cost of a game shutdown. I'm very grateful that these stories will eventually reach their end and be told. I'm just not happy that it comes at the cost of the original method to tell the story. And it's not even like these are the first time Bandai has shut down a mobile game. Tales of mobile games are notorious for being shut down. So much so that the communities for Tales don't even invest any faith in these mobile games. If you wanted to get the general feeling for Luminaria's shutdown notice, pretty much everyone was saying disappointed but not surprised, because none of us were surprised that it was getting shut down. Tales of mobile games never last, and it is frustrating to watch it happen every single time. Why are you making mobile games that don't last? Why are you telling unique stories in games that have no track record of lasting? Ideally, you want to bring your old existing fans with your new fans. That goes for almost any video game. Unfortunately, it doesn't always translate that way. Bandai doesn't really market their games super well. I might have seen a few Luminaria ads in passing, but post-release, I really never heard anything about the game until it was getting shut down. Of course, that's all anecdotal evidence. You might have seen some Luminaria ads or something like that, so if you have, let me know in the comments. But anyways, moving on. One of the big problems with this is that these games rely on people knowing the titles. God Eater and Tales of aren't exactly games that you know household without being advertised them. To the average person, they probably don't even know what Tales of is. Might have heard of it in passing, or because it's been in Smash. But for the most part, I don't think people know that game title as well as something, let's say, like, oh, I don't know, literally any big game. Final Fantasy, you know, that's a household name. People know Final Fantasy. If you want me to take any good from this, it's that Bandai Namco's kind of insane, and they're not afraid to take risks. In a sense, they're insane and crazy for two different reasons. They're insane for repeating the same thing over and over again, releasing a new mobile game, and it failing. They're expecting a different result each time, without really changing much, in my opinion, to how the game is at least advertised. But they're also insane because they keep tossing their hand into the pool, and even if it always fails, I bet you somewhere down the line we'll see another mobile game for Tales that tells a unique story and hopefully doesn't get shut down. We'll see, but it's a possibility. There's no real big grand point to make in this video. I'm just kind of upset in general. I don't even heavily dislike mobile games, I'm mostly indifferent to them. I'm just tired of watching potentially interesting stories get killed off because they can't sustain it. The method at which to tell these stories is so volatile that if the game doesn't make money, it faces shutdown. But I'm also not interested in the kind of FOMO thing, the fear of missing out on this story's conclusion, enough to spend my life savings on a video game. We've seen it happen more than enough times, and it's just frustrating to watch. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed my mad, somewhat more composed ranting. And if you did, please press the funny thumbs up button, give it a like, I guess. It helps me figure out what you guys find entertaining, and if this style of video is entertaining to you, then maybe I'll make more of it in the future, who knows? Content's weird. If you have thoughts about Bandai Namco or mobile games in general, or mobile game shutdowns that you've experienced, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. You can also subscribe to the channel, the funny red button, if you want. If you want to see more content by me, or like this, then I post videos every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.